As a PR and communications consultant, I've had the privilege of preparing several PR briefing books. Hi, I'm Aldric Toyad. Welcome to this video. What are PR briefing books? The briefing book or the briefing document is basically a dossier, a document that helps prepare your spokesperson before any major media meeting or a media event. The idea is, why do you need this? Is so that the spokesperson would not be caught off guard and would be able to navigate potentially explosive topics. This is crucial when a media engagement is done in response to a particular event. So you don't want your spokesperson to be caught off guard. And again, different media titles operate differently. They are obliged to deliver to their consumers, to their users, their readers, their followers, right? So I wouldn't use the term spin, but they would angle the interview towards what interests your audience. So just like you would have your customer, media titles, so to speak, influencers, YouTubers, or media practitioners have their own audience, right? So they have to appeal to this audience. Now, because of that, you want a PR briefing book so that your spokesperson would be prepared. So how do you go about preparing a PR briefing book? First and foremost, you would want to include what is going to happen before, during, or after the event, especially if your media get-together is on the sidelines or in conjunction with a particular event, conference, or say media junket. Then you would be able to brief the spokesperson. What's the flow going to be like? Where are the pockets of what's going to be the day's agenda? What can you anticipate would come out during the course of the day, so that when the Q&A the time for Q&A comes, he or she would be better prepared. Okay. Second would be your key message. It's not enough that you know what's going to happen or your spokesperson knows what's going to happen. Your spokesperson needs to be able to understand what message you want or the organization wants to deliver in that opportunity. Within that time frame, what stories would you want to see published? Now, you can't always impact how things will be covered or written, but you can influence it. Influence it through, again, the key message. Why are we doing this? What's happening? Are we trying to reinforce a particular reputation? Are we trying to divert attention from a burning issue to something that's positive, or at least something that would neutralize that major issue? Or are you trying to share a development that, again, would address that issue or at least neutralize it? Okay. So the sound bites, the key message needs to be prepared so that they know what they're going to say. Then the third item would be the anticipated questions. Anticipated questions are crucial because you don't want, again, the whole idea of a briefing book is so that your spokesperson would be prepared. So anticipating the right questions would help the spokesperson be prepared. Okay, it goes without saying. Sometimes PR briefing books include the profile of the media titles attending. And to another degree, to another extension, it could include the profile of the reporter, the journalist, the vlogger, the practitioner who is coming. What's the purpose of this? It gives an idea to your spokesperson and even yourself when you're preparing all this, of who would read or who would consume these different titles. Let me give you an example. Audiences of Fox News would be completely different from audiences of Bloomberg. Bloomberg audiences would more or less be in the same space as CNBC and, in Malaysia's case, The Edge. However, Fox News, Malaysia Kini, BBC World, they cater to a different group of audience. Likewise, Channel News Asia, South China Morning Post, these titles cater to different audiences. If you're throwing into the mix vloggers or digital platforms, when I say digital platforms, I mean digital sites, niche digital sites, which are not exactly in print, but they're still media. They're media nonetheless. They're based on social media or social media platforms or on digital platforms. They're still media. Another one good example in Malaysia, in the context of Malaysia, is the Malay Mail, which has no print edition. Okay, or Malaysia Kini again, another example, or Free Malaysia Today. These titles are purely digital, whether it's shared to Facebook or not. All right, so at least it gives a picture to your spokesperson. Who am I going to talk to? The term, I mean, go back to basics. The meaning of media is a conduit, a channel, right? When you are, through these titles, you are speaking to their audience. You are talking to these segments through them. So what would be persuasive in that context? What would be of interest in that context? You don't want to share corporate news, or rather investor relations related news, on a tech website. It doesn't make sense. It is futile because it will not be carried. Again, because the media title knows that their audience are not interested. So again, tying it everything back, right? Some briefing books include a profile of a journalist, their previous articles. What have they written? Were they favorable or unfavorable towards the organization, the brand, the persona, the spokesperson speaking? And sometimes you may want to include general coverage, recent general coverage, the last 1 month, the last 3 months, the last quarter, or relevant to the event that you're going to organize. So that in a nutshell is what a PR briefing book, if I would say, looks like or is structured. When do you prepare this? You prepare this, as I said briefly earlier on, you prepare this in anticipation for a major meeting where the spokesperson will be meeting a member of the media or members of the media on their own. Okay? They don't have the technical support that normally would be accorded. They're going there, giving a briefing, giving an interview. So prepare it before that so that they are well prepared. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate the gesture. I would also love to hear from you, especially if you found great value in what I've shared. Do get in touch with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or even Instagram, and here on YouTube. So leave a comment in the comment section down below. Please share my video, and if you're on YouTube, remember to hit the bell button so you can get notifications when new videos are uploaded. Once again, thank you very much for your support, encouragement, and feedback. Bye.